I will do this in 11 minutes. My name is Chris. I am an evangelist, community and video strategist at Vidyard. Vidyard, if you're not familiar with us, we're a video creation and hosting platform. What we do is we help sales teams as well as marketers to create their own user-generated video content to be able to engage more directly with their buyers. So what do I do as an evangelist working community and video strategy? Well, what I do is events like this. I promote the value of using video in your sales process, helping businesses to successfully incorporate it into their go-to-market strategy. So today I wanted to talk a little bit around video specifically, but also about how you can start to use AI to really scale up the way that video is used within your organization. So I came up with this kind of catchy title around using AI to make human videos. There's a paradox there. Hopefully that's driven you to my session. But what do I actually mean by that? Well, today I want to cover the importance of using video and why you should be using video to humanize your sales process. And then I'm also going to demonstrate how AI can start to support that to help to overcome some common objections that we see from sales teams when they want to use video and help you and your team to be more successful. So how do I skip through a next slide? Oh, we go there. There we go. Okay. Can you see my? There we go. Fine. So why video? There we go. Why video? Right. So firstly, to ensure that everyone's on the same page, this is the kind of thing that I'm referencing. This is using short form video content as a vital asset to be able to support your modern go-to-market strategy. So these are short form videos that can be created in just a few clicks and attached to transactional emails to be able to support your sales process. So in these examples, we've got a full screen video adding context to a gifting, like an Alice type thing that someone may have used. And also the one below that is a video proposal. So walking through an offer and pricing. So why is this kind of thing really important? Well, ultimately, it helps your team to stand out. They're able to create more personal connections with your buyers. Buyers are able to see your sellers' faces, hear your voice. So it becomes a lot more human. It also helps to be able to build trust and rapport, right? So using video, being able to continue throughout the sales process, to stay close, to answer questions. And we know that using video and consuming video is more memorable than it is just via text. We actually ran a neuroscience study that showed that the brain remembers video content from videos more than they do just text-based emails. So video is a really good way to be memorable, especially if you're in kind of competitive spaces. It's unlikely that your competitors are going to be using video potentially. So it could be a good opportunity for you to be able to leverage that to be more memorable. So why video really? Well, ultimately, we know that teams are working more remotely. So these days, it's more important than ever, really. Video is able to create that direct human connection when you're selling remotely. Stakeholder groups are now larger than ever. They're much more complex, and getting time with stakeholders is really, really, really difficult. So the rise of technology, things like deal rooms, show that sales teams are now really needing to find ways to asynchronously work with stakeholders and with champions. So video is a really good way to be able to leverage that without the need for synchronous meetings, especially with those large stakeholder groups. Can be really hard to get everybody all together and all on the same page. Third reason, I'm sure you've all felt it, these crowded inboxes. Sales engagement tools are fantastic, but they're being overused and a little bit abused, as I'm sure you've felt that. So it can be hard for sales teams to stand out. Video is a really fantastic pattern interrupt for them to be able to do that, help them to stand out in a sea of very boring text-based non-personalized outreach. So creating a personal one-to-one video for a prospect that you want to book a meeting with or that you want to ultimately start to have a conversation with. Video is a really fantastic way to do that. It provides increased engagement, both in email opens, click-throughs, and ultimately in replies. And importantly, it allows your sellers, or potentially if you use things like solutions engineers, who are often very limited for time, to be able to demonstrate and explain complex topics without the need for a synchronous meeting. This is really powerful in those real complex deal cycles where you may have one person, a solutions consultant that has all that information. They can record an asynchronous video and send it. So it's a really powerful tool to be able to use in that regard. If you have done some research on video, you may have seen some of the results from using it. Those who have seen results, this is some examples of it. SalesLoft ran a study of around 134 million sales email. SalesLoft are a sales engagement tool that I spoke about earlier that's being a little bit used and abused, maybe not just SalesLoft. But 134 million sales emails showed that emails that contained a video had a 26% higher likelihood of receiving a reply, which is huge right now. The sales team at HubSpot were able to book 4 times more meetings by using video effectively in their outbound motion. Sales teams also report shorter deal cycles for a lot of the reasons I've already explained, things like asynchronous communications, being able to answer questions quickly without the need for a synchronous meeting, introductions to new stakeholders, things like that. Some of our customers experienced a shortening of deal cycles of around 50%. So think of the impact that could have on your revenue goals for this year. And Proposify ran a separate individual independent study that showed that video was able to improve close rates by on average 41%, really for all the reasons that I've explained, being more human, being more memorable, answering questions quickly. So it's a really powerful tool. Sounds great. Why is everybody using it? Well, everyone's not using it because there is a problem. And what is that problem? Well, the problem is that it's not so straightforward to get started. Sales teams, we've found, are uncomfortable with creating video. So we hear this all the time when I work with businesses who are either starting out, maybe they're using our free tool, or they've got a couple of champions that want to use it. Users are initially uncomfortable in creating video. Like the meme suggests, we're very happy watching videos, but perhaps being the star of the show is another story altogether. Reps are also unsure of what they should be saying, so they have a tendency to waffle and create really, really long, very unengaging videos. They also end up making repeated attempts. So if you're out there as leaders thinking, well, I don't want my sales team to be spending an hour making a video for a single prospect, that's a completely valid piece of feedback. We don't want them to be spending time creating the perfect video. We want them to be able to create videos quickly and send them out and know that they're going to be effective. And ultimately, importantly for leaders, we know that you may have lots of experience when it comes to playbooks and scripts for perhaps things like cold calls. You know what's worked in the past, but with video, because it's relatively new technology, you don't have that kind of formula for success and what's going to work. So as a result, we're missing that kind of playbook for success. So steps, AI, our good friend AI is now here to help, thankfully. And we can now use tools like generative and conversational AI, things like ChatGPT, to leverage that technology to be able to take the heavy lifting out of getting started with creating a video. So we can use a user tool to be able to create a script. Ultimately, that can help to increase the speed to creation, reduce the fear and anxiety of recording videos, not knowing what to say, and ultimately by using a script, we can reduce the trial and error and the time it takes for the team to record. And then when you know what's working, you're able to then start to build a library of successful scripts that have worked and start to scale that out to the rest of the team. So this is a really effective way of being able to use all that power of conversational AI, but still use the human element of creating those videos. This is not talking about AI creating the videos. It's about shortening the distance between knowing what to say and creating it. So fortunately, what we've done at Vidyard is we've baked in this conversational tool into our platform. So to make it really, really easy, you can now access this tool. It's free to use. I'd encourage anybody to go out there and try it. It's accessible via this landing page here, which is vidyard.com/AI sales script, or you can search Vidyard script generator, and you can access it there. If you're a Vidyard user, whether that be free or paid, you can also access it natively within the platform as well. So this is available to be used, and hopefully I've inspired you to have a little look at what it might look like. A couple of examples that would work for this tool. Write a 1-minute sales script to describe the benefits of one product over another. We know that AI is fantastic at being able to give us a top line around our competitors and what features they have. Things like write a 30-second sales script to follow up after a meeting and include the prospect and company's details, and it will fill that in. Write a sales script for a follow-up for follow-up to a product, and write a sales script for a 30-second demo. So to show you how this works, I'm going to flick through some screenshots of how it works. When you download our Google Chrome extension, you'll see up here in the top, this is what the page looks like. Download that, access the Vidyard Chrome extension there at the top. From there, it's going to load up this recording screen. There's a little bubble, me, and you can start to share the window that you're on or on someone's LinkedIn profile. And you've got this recording tool. And you'll see here speaker notes. So when you access speaker notes, you click onto speaker notes. That is then going to take you to this page which you can enter your own script, or we've got this Ask AI to generate speaker notes on there. So you can put in one of those scripts. In this example, I'm going to use write a sales script for a 30-second video introducing myself to a new prospect. We then give the tool a couple of seconds and look how happy I am. It's created this awesome script that your sales team can now just use verbatim. What's really fantastic is that these speaker notes window will stay open. So that means that the team can literally just read the script as is and record the video. They only have to record it once. So we're able to reduce that time it takes, the number of times to record it, and it becomes really, really nice and quick and easy to use. So I'd encourage anybody out there to access the Chrome extension. Again, it's free to use. If you have any questions, then please feel free to reach out. I do post on LinkedIn quite regularly video prospecting tips for sellers,